In this video, I'll be checking out the Van Staal X Series VSB150XP, the drag output of this, because as you can see here, I see the line capacity, the gear ratio, the weight, the spool diameter, line retrieve, but I do not see the drag output that I usually see when I buy a reel. And actually this went in for service not too long ago, maybe a month ago, to Saltwaters Tackle in New York, because I just saw that the drag output was too loose. It wasn't enough where I would tighten it all the way and it would still kind of, it feels like it was slipping. I could easily kind of pull the line out with my hand. So I got it back, and I just received the digital scale as well. It's a Fish Fun digital scale from Amazon. It's going for $21, so that I can check these the drag outputs out. So I got the Stradic 4000. This is the ST4000XGFK. It's going for $210, and that's the going rate right now from Tackle Direct, and it has 20-pound drag output. And this is a Daiwa BG4000. It's going for $110, and it has 17.6-pound drag, at least on paper. So this is the Van Staal VSB150XP. The going price is $870 currently, and I do not know what the drag output is. I've read online that it's 20+ pound, but you know, before I sent it in for service, it did not feel like it. So now I have a digital scale to check it out. Okay, so I guess I'll start with the Stradic. This is the Stradic 4000. I'm going to tighten it all the way. Okay, here it is. So this is the way I'm going to be holding it, directly off the spool. Let's see if I can get a good grip on it. Okay, so actually I'm going to loosen it. I'm going to loosen it a quarter turn. Okay, I'm going to zero it out and start pulling it again. So at the quarter turn I'm getting 11.7. That's when the drag started to pull out. I'll try it again, just for consistency. Yep, around 11. Around 11, then the spool starts to turn. So tighten again all the way to see if I can get it to pull out. Actually, I don't think I can. Yeah, it's at 18 and it's not even moving, and I don't want to put too much pressure on it, so let's see, I'll do 1/8 of a turn. Okay, at 1/8 of a turn I'm getting like 18 pounds of drag, so that's pretty good. So at lockdown, I think it will put out about 20 pounds of drag. So that was a Stradic. Now into the Daiwa. Okay. So again, I'm going off directly off the spool, holding it kind of vertically, and then I'm just gonna, at 7.4. Wow. I'm getting like 9 pounds of drag. I'm surprised, actually. Huh. This is actually locked down. I'm getting 9.4 pounds of, or 8.9 it says, but I think I saw up to 9.4. Wow, really? Okay, well, that's what it says, 9.4 pounds. Well, I'll try it again, just to make sure. Zero it out. Okay, and I'm going to pull on it. Yeah, it's around 8 this time, so between 8 or 9 I would say. That's the maximum drag directly off the spool. Okay, and the rated was 17.6, so that's a little less than half of what it said. So here's a van stall. And by the way, I intend to do a lot of surf fishing with this, and my target species, it's the reds, bull reds, stripers. I like to try this out on during spring run next year. That's how that goes. So that's like what, 30-40 pound range stripers I'm talking about. So I do need quite a drag. And a little later in the spring, when I'm targeting stripers, I might hook into a ray, and I just want to make sure that I'm not just getting spooled right away. So that's why drag is kind of important to me, that I have enough drag where I can trust the reel. So I'm just going to do a quick perfection loop here. Okay. Again, this is locked as tight as I could go. Turn this guy on. Okay. And to be fair, all these reels are kind of close to the rim, so they're all kind of fully spooled, including the van stall. Because I know that drag output can vary depending on how much line you have on the spool. So there it goes. Yeah, I'm getting 7 or 8 at maximum. Okay. Try this again. No, that's it. That's now 6 pounds of drag. Try this again. Yeah, about 6.8. So, I mean, as you can see, I can easily pull it out with my hands. I couldn't do that with the Stradic. So the fact that it came back from Saltwaters Tackle this way after it was serviced tells me that this is, close to the factory specs, and I'm kind of disappointed. I guess this reel is intended for people who do plugs, maybe on the surf. I just don't know. And I was actually kind of trying to use this for a shark, but I don't think that's gonna hold. I like to go as small as I can, but maybe I went too small with this. Maybe the 200 series or 175 series has more drag output. So this had 6-7 pounds of drag. I don't know what it says on spec because I don't see it. The Daiwa BG4000 had what, 8 or 9 pounds of drag, and on paper it says 17.6. And the Stradic, this is actually my favorite reel of the bunch. I use this a lot. This actually went up to 20 pounds, I think, because at the 1/8 of a turn from the lock position, I was getting 17 pounds of drag, and that's a lot for this size reel. And I never had to lock it. I don't like to fish locked. I always like to go half turn or even more from the lock position, because that usually gives me plenty output. But I was disappointed in the van stall. I'll give it a try and see how it holds next season in the spring. I've only used this a handful of times, really, because like I said, I use this a lot. But then when I go to the surf on the beach, I dropped this on the sand before, and I did not, I got nervous, and that's the reason why I got a surf reel, so that I can take it comfortably on the beach and fish with it. Maybe I'll do an upgrade. I saw on some posts that I can actually upgrade with the Penn slammer drag, but these are sealed drags, so I kind of have to do some research before I get into that. Alrighty.